Make the rest of the analysts go missing. In the UFL, how them amateurs all limping. We so sick with the blitzing. Break down defense quicker than a weak immune system. Rose G, my boys are real. Pancaked over the middle. Yeah, I hopped on the field. Who wanna get hurt now? Cause you can make it past the line of scrimmage, but you still gonna be the first down. With my team submerging, you got a better chance making a 4th and 40-yard conversion. Explosion on the team, UFL was the lead. J Mike close behind the scene.
What's going on, people? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J.
And I'm Ghost.
And we're here just to let y'all know what's going on. We are week 9 now. A lot of things getting interesting. A lot of teams have been eliminated already, but they're playing for pride. A lot of teams are battling for the seeding. So things are just overall going crazy right now.
I feel like everybody's fighting for either the number 1 spot or a wild card. I feel like these games are vital right now for certain teams, and other teams are actually just fighting for their lives.
We also got people worrying about the All-Star game. You know, some guys who ain't making the playoffs got just that to play for. So, you know, you still got a lot of people hustling. We give credit to the guys who already eliminated from the playoffs, but they're playing. They're still playing because they want to sit down and have pride. So we got to give them a lot of shout out for that. So we're going to jump out the first game we want to talk about, House Gang and Kill Bills. Oh, and by the way, it's cut. For all y'all guys have been having jokes, you know, I finally cut the hair. My daughter said it was time. She shut it down. So I went on and got it done. So keep your jokes now on the sideline. Anyway, we're going to jump to the House Gang Kill Bills game. Got House Gang coming in this game 3-4 off of a loss to Animal Planet. Kill Bills coming in at 2-6 off of a loss to the Generals. House Gang is eliminated. The loss last week, eliminated from the playoff, eliminated them from the wild card. But they still play with energy. Why do you think is that?
Because I feel like there's a certain level of pride that they're playing for now. They know that they have one of the best defenses in the league. It's unfortunate that one of the best defenses in the league will not be seen in the playoffs, and they know that. So they want to prove why they had such good defense. Unfortunately, you know, fortunately for a lot of teams, they won't be seen in the playoffs because a lot of teams were not ready to play them in the playoffs because a defense like this in the playoffs is very big. And they can stop a lot of teams in this league. So I feel like that's what they're trying to show right now.
Then, on the other hand, you got Kill Bills. That was pretty much eliminated maybe 2 weeks ago. They're 2-6. But I think that one thing I can give Johnny, the coach of the team, is he's going to be out there every week until the league's over. He's going to sit down. He's going to battle. He's going to do whatever he do just to try to get this team to finish the season strong, and he can make changes next year. So with that being said, we're going to just jump right into the game. Kill Bills start off with the ball. They got number 10 throwing a nice pass here. Short pass to number 5. But then the next play is knocked down by Smoke. Great play by Smoke. Smoke made the all-star team. Great play. This guy's been playing very well.
And I feel like what I've been saying all season is one of the cornerstones of their defense. Smoke as the linebacker slash ball giver. I feel like that's one of the things that causes their defense to be so dangerous.
Next, you're going to have number 10 throw a nice pass here to number 8. But then, as he's going into the end zone, he throws an interception to Pig. Pig with the big pick. Pig, to me, that guy is definitely a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. He's playing linebacker. He has sacks. He has interceptions. And he's a part of, if not the best player on this season, the best player on the best defense in the league. Gotta get this guy some votes. He's also up there for Comeback Player of the Year. This guy's been playing great.
I mean, he has. I mean, these are the main people that you've been seeing all season. Pig and you've been seeing Smoke. These are the two guys that make them one of the best, if not the best defenses in the league. Pig been playing solid linebacker. He hasn't let too much get past him in the middle. He's been an effective blitzer. He's picked up a couple of sacks, and he also has a few interceptions. He's actually up there for one of the top leaders in the league.
Then we're gonna have Lou, who we didn't see last week. He wasn't here last week, but he's back this week, and you're gonna see him throw a nice pass to Herman. We got on Herman because Herman hasn't really showed for the last 2 seasons. He's been a little off. So as he looks to try to pick it up towards the end of the season. Lou's gonna throw a nice pass here to Eric. Eric makes a nice move and runs to the 5-yard line. Eric is playing well. They finally found a position for him, and that's playing offense in the slot. He's been playing well. A lot of people haven't talked about him, but I think he's been stepping up this season, especially the last few weeks. He's been making catches to help this offense.
I mean, they picked him up first last year, and he was actually on their defense. He was somewhat effective, with their actually 2 years ago when they were part of Rose G. So he was somewhat effective on the defense. He was able to make plays, but then eventually they found that he was more effective on offense in the slot. He's, makes big plays on that. A lot of teams sleep on him when he crosses that middle for a big pass, and that's one of the passes that he's making. One of the plays he's made so far.
Lou's gonna, on the next play, throw a touchdown pass to Chris. Chris is another guy who's a veteran. He hasn't had a great season, but he's been picking up for the last 2 weeks. He's gonna get a touchdown here to put House Gang up 7-zip. Kill Bill's gonna get the ball back, but they're not even able to reach the end zone, and they're gonna turn over the ball to give the ball back to House Gang. And if you're gonna look here, Lou's gonna have a nice pass to Herman. Herman's starting to pick it up. Lou's starting to get comfortable with him. We gotta think that this is gonna be a nice combination throughout the rest of the day.
Herman is showing why, he actually is more of a player than he was spoken about so far. I feel like, a lot of guys wasn't really paying attention to him. Certain quarterbacks that he played with wasn't going to him, and he was actually dropping passes, so he's here to show how effective he really is.
The next 2 plays, Lou's gonna get a nice run here for a 4 rush for a nice game. We all know Lou's mobile. We're trying to say if he can realize when it's time to run, when it's time to just scramble, this kid will be dangerous. Right now, nice run by Lou. And on the next play, he's gonna roll out and throw a touchdown pass to a wide open Pig to put House Gang up 14-zip. Great throw by Lou to find Pig in the end zone.
I mean, Pig is very talented. He can do it on both sides of the ball. He's known to do it on both sides of the ball. He's shown that even though he's not 100%, that he's still out there. He can make plays no matter what part of the field he's on. Lou makes a nice throw. Maybe this is something that they needed in that last game to push them towards that further in that playoff run. It's unfortunate, but Lou's actually making plays today.
We're gonna see the Kill Bills get the ball back on offense, and number 10 is gonna have move the ball the next 3 plays. But then they're gonna come in the end zone. They're gonna get stopped in the red zone to turn the ball over. If you watch here, the last 3 plays he moved the ball, but then on the next play he turns over the ball in the red zone. Bad play by his offense. This is the problem that Kill Bills had all year.
I mean, this, in all honesty, even though they're turning over the ball, this is the most effective their offense has been.
Yeah, they finally got a guy
all
to
year.
throw the ball.
All year. So this guy should have been hit. They should have had him early in the season. Maybe they could have did a little bit more. Unfortunately, they're playing one of the better defenses in this league, so obviously it's going to be tough, but not too shabby for the quarterback. He just has to try a little harder.
Next play, that's going to get House Gang the ball back on offense. Lou with a nice pass to Pig, following up Pig touchdown with a nice pass here. And then he's moving the ball well, but he's not able to score before half. We're going to go into the halftime, 14-0 House Gang. How do you think they look the first half?
I mean, they look pretty effective on both sides. Their guys on defense is playing well, as usual. And then you have Lou able to move the ball and actually put up points early in the game. Not to say anything bad about the Kill Bills defense, but, Lou's been looking good. This is the Lou that they needed last week against Animal Planet. If he was there, maybe that would have been the edge that they needed to pass Animal Planet in that game and actually be still in the run for the playoffs. Who knows? But unfortunately, we have to talk about this game and not last game. He's actually looking effective this game so far, though.
House Gang's going to get the ball back now, second half. And Lou's going to throw a deep pass to JP. We didn't talk about JP today. First pass, he goes downfield in the second half to JP. JP with the catch, runs it in for a touchdown to put House Gang up 20-0. Great catch by JP. We know these two have a chemistry, and they connect here once again.
Chemistry? Actually, JP has a chemistry with whatever quarterback he's playing with. That's the thing. He's a receiver that actually makes quarterbacks comfortable with him. He's able to find gaps, he's able to get open, and he's able to make the play when it counts. And that's one thing that you give to JP. He can do it no matter who's throwing the ball.
We're going to see how Kill Bills get the ball back. And number 10 is going to throw a nice pass over Mookie, which is not heard of. Nice pass over Mookie to number 5, Peter, and Peter's gonna run in there for a touchdown, put them in the game 20-7. We don't usually see that happen to Mookie.
Well, in all honesty, that was just a good throw by number 10. That's all it was. That wasn't necessarily a defender that Mookie was was defending, but he tried to go for that ball. It was just over him. Nice pass by number 10 to throw it to Peter for a touchdown.
Lou's gonna get the ball back for this offense, and he's gonna throw a pass. It's gonna be tipped by number 32, but it's caught here by Pig. Great reaction by Pig to stay with the ball. He's gonna make the catch, and 3 plays later, we're gonna see Lou connect with Chris for a touchdown pass. Chris has sent the touchdown pass of the game. Now this offense is moving 28-7.
I mean, they're very comfortable now. They're actually running away with this game. I feel like there's nothing that Kill Bills can do to answer this team as at this point. Their defense is not able to hold them at all. Their offense is trying. They're getting stopped, but they're trying. Their defense is not able to do anything against this house game offense, which is unheard of for a team to not be able to do anything to stop this offense. You know, it's unfortunate that it had to be this game that it happened.
Number 10 is going to end up getting sacked as he gets the ball back for the Kill Bills by Smoke. Once again, we've been saying Smoke all year, been playing well. This guy's really dominant when he's in the zone. He makes another play here. Number 5 is going to drop a pass on the next play, and we're going to see 5 make that pass up by making the catch on the next play. But then number 10 throws the interception to Danny to end the game and give House Gang the win, 28-7. House Gang moves to 4-4 as the Kill Bills. House Gang moves to 4-5 as the Kill Bills move to 2-7. House Gang with a good win. We're not going to say impressive because Kill Bills are not a great team, but we're going to see them connect on the offense, which is something they haven't been doing this season.
Yes, and I feel like this is something that they need to show what they can do. This is something that they have to get together. Maybe actually showing what they can do for next season. Maybe further on in other leagues or whatever. This is actually good practice for them at this point because they know they're not going to the playoffs. But that doesn't mean that they can't disappoint a lot of other teams. And they have another opportunity next week.
With Evo.
Yes, so I feel like this was a starter game to actually upset Evo. And that's what they're here to do next week.
Well, they could finish the season 5-5. They technically don't got anything to play for, but that's not why you don't play the game. You go out there and you want to end the season 500. So if they could beat them, they'll go to 5-5. And all they can wonder about what could have been if they could have gotten to the playoffs.
And to speak about Kill Bills, they actually had a spark in this game with number 10. Even though they were getting stopped, towards the end of their drives, they actually were moving the ball, something that they couldn't do all season because they had no quarterback at all. And Peter is a nice receiver. He has good hands. He made a couple of good catches this game. So I feel like those are 2 things to look for in the next coming season or whatever in the future, because those are 2 things that are actually good on their team. Before we said that they didn't have no talent, but they actually do have some spark on their team, and they need to build on that.
Hopefully they'll build on it. They'll make decisions throughout the off season, but they got Valley Boys coming up next week. Valley Boys, we're gonna see. Valley Boys is a hungry team. We're gonna see what happens next week between these 2 squads. Next up, Evo versus Valley Boys. Valley Boys are coming off of a loss to Carver, and they're 3-5. Evo's coming off of a win to Underrated to move 5-3. Valley Boys needs this game. They lose this game, they're out the playoff race.
And it's unfortunate because they actually coming off of a 3-game losing streak. One counting the forfeit that they had to take because of the incident. They lost to KDW, they also lost to Carver, and the forfeit, which makes 3. So they cannot afford to lose any more games, or they're definitely out of the playoffs.
And Evo has just been moving under the radar. They're in a hard, I would say a tough division when you got Getters and you have Carver in your division, but they just been doing what they have to do, getting wins, and they're 5-3. And Local made the All-Star team. So, this team is definitely like going under the radar. They like as least exposure as possible.
And I feel like they're a quiet winning team that's definitely going under the radar. But when I feel that they're a team that when playoffs come, they're going to turn it up. That's when you're going to notice them. That's when they're going to really play hard. So I feel like they're just here to get the job done at this point.
All right, we're going to just start out with the game with Evo with the new starter, Willie, who's now the starting quarterback for the team. But he's going to almost throw an interception to number 11. And then after that play, he's going to get sacked. So that's going to cause Evo to turn the ball over on the next down, giving the ball to Valley Boys. Sonny's not able to move the ball, and he throws the ball away here to give him a turnover on downs to give Evo the ball back. They're still not going to be able to score for Evo to give the ball back to Valley Boys. Sonny throws a nice pass here to number 9. Then Sonny trips up and gets sacked by Eric to turn the ball back over to Evo. And we're going to watch that because you're going to see Sonny trip up a lot later on in the day. That's going to really cost his team. Willie's going to get the ball back and throw a nice pass here to Justin on the 1-yard line, and then able to throw a touchdown pass to Sean to put them up 6-zip. Willie's been the new guy. They had Junie, they had Slick, but Willie I think is the best out of all three.
Because I feel like he's efficient and he's the most efficient quarterback that we've seen so far. He's accurate. He knows how to take off when he needs to. He gets it to his receivers. He knows where all his receivers are. And he knows who are the big playmakers on his team, as you will see in this game as well as in the others. He knows exactly who to throw it to and when.
We're going to see Valley Boys get the ball back. And Sonny's going to throw the ball deep, and it's almost intercepted by Sean here. And the next one, but like we said before, when these guys don't make plays, it comes back to bite them, as Sonny, the next door, is able to throw a deep pass to John and connect with a touchdown to put them back in the game 6-6. Got to make this interception play before. It's not intercepted by Sean. Sonny ends up finding John for the touchdown next one.
John was their backup quarterback last week for Carver Mob. Since Sonny wasn't able to make it, he was able to shift back to a receiver, and an effective one because he makes a deep touchdown pass right here. That's key for Valley Boys to score and respond to Evo.
Evo's going to get the ball back, and Willie's going to have a nice run on 4 rush for a short gain. Then in the next play, he's going to throw a pass to Sean. Sean runs into the 10 and gets the first down. Great run by Sean for the run after the catch. Then Willie again is going to run on 4 and get to the 3-yard line. But Evo's not able to score here as they get stopped by the Valley Boy defense to give Valley Boys the ball right back. Sonny's going to start off here with a nice throw to Wesley in the middle. Wesley has then made the All-Star team. He's a big target. It's hard to stop this guy.
It is hard to stop him no matter what team he plays against. I mean, he was able to score against Carver. He was able to score against Katie. I mean, no matter what team he played on, he was hard to defend. He was a playmaker, and he was key to their offense. He hasn't been big this game, but he's starting to make a few plays right here.
We're going to see the next play as they're trying to score. Sonny's going to get tripped, and he's going to get sacked by Willie to put him into the halftime. Like I said, his footing was bad all day. You're going to see him slip here, get sacked, turn the ball over to go straight to the half. Sonny got to get his footing right because he's making mistakes because he's not able to plant his feet.
I mean, he has to feel comfortable in the pocket. It looks like he's trying to scramble, he's trying to run from the rush, and he slips. This is a field today, in these games, that are not necessarily in the best condition, so you're gonna slip. So you gotta have a person defending, making good blocks, and you gotta know where to roll out to, because if not, you're gonna slip and you're gonna make plays like this.
Second half, Valley Boys are gonna get the ball back. They're gonna start with the ball. Sonny's gonna throw a nice pass to number 9, but it's dropped. A lot of drops we've seen this year. These guys not able to hold on to the ball. But it doesn't discourage Sonny as he ends up still on the same drop, throwing a touchdown pass to a wide open Raven to put them up in the game 12-6. Great throw by Sonny to find Raven wide open.
Way to keep at it in the drop. Way not to get thrown off by the drop. He makes an even bigger pass to Raymond. That was key because there was no defense on Raymond at that point. So it was a good job to actually spot him in the field open and make that pass.
Willie's going to throw a nice pass here as Evo gets the ball to Eric in the middle. Then Valley Boy blitzes 2. Willie rolls out and throws the pass for the touchdown. The penalty's going to be declined. Willie's going to find Eric for the touchdown, put the back up in the game, 12-12. Willie can roll out.
Yes.
The guy's mobile, he scrambles here, nice touchdown pass, and now Evo's rolling right back.
And another person that you got to watch that I've been saying about all season is Eric. He's been doing it very quietly, but he's been very dominant on their offense. He's actually been one of their main cornerstones of their offense, and a lot of teams haven't noticed that. Willie likes to go to Eric when he needs to. So I feel like he's a receiver to watch if you want to stop their offense.
Sonny's gonna throw a nice pass as Valley Boys get the ball to find Wesley. And then Sonny's gonna unfortunately make a mistake and throw the interception here to Loco, which was caused by the blitz. We already said Sonny has been a problem with his footing. He gets blitzed, he panics, throws the ball, intercepted by Loco. Loco's making the all-star team. Loco's playing very well to give the ball right back to Evo.
And this is the scheme that they've been running on their defense that's actually been successful. Cause the defense to roll out and throw a bad pass.
Offense.
Yes, cause the offense to throw a bad pass. And Loco's been on both sides of that as the blitzer and the defender that's able to come and take that ball. So he's been effective on any part of the field that he's played on defense this year.
Evo's not able to cash in on that interception, and they're going to get stopped to give the ball back to Valley Boys. Remember, the score's 12-12. Sonny's going to throw two nice passes here to move the ball. Valley Boys are going to end up getting stopped, though, not able to capitalize if they get the ball back, and by a great defense by Evo. Evo playing great defense to get the ball back for the offense.
I feel like this is a back and forth game. Both teams are playing very hard, very well. They're making plays where it counts, and I feel like this is a game that may even go to the wire.
We're going to see Willie set up a throw here. He's going to throw a deep pass. The receiver's going to make the catch, but if you watch the play here, he's going to be flagged for pass interference as he pushed off. Was that a push off? I think it was. That's why the call was made. That's why we made the call. I think it was pass interference.
Well, you can actually pinpoint when he pushed off. It was ever so slightly, but it was just effective enough to create separation between him and the defender to make that catch. He pushes off with his right hand. You can see him do it, and right as he does that, he's able to separate and make that catch. If it wasn't for that little slight movement of the defense, that who knows how that play would have went. So yes, I think that was a good call by the refs. That was an offensive pass interference.
What he's going to attempt is going to get the ball still. He's going to get blitz. He's going to run here for a nice gain. Evo on the next play is going to try an option, but it's going to throw it into the Wesley to give the game to overtime, 12-12. Now we got a battle. We're in overtime. Valley Boys need this game to get in the playoffs. Now we got trouble.
And I feel, like I said, it's important to Valley Boys because this is their survival that's at stake. So they're doing anything in their power. Wesley actually making plays on defense, which is something that we haven't seen too much of this year, but he's doing whatever he has to keep his team alive. Evo also playing hard because they're not playing for their survival, every game's important to them and it'll help them move up ever so slightly in the standings. So this is just as important for both of these teams, and they're playing hard to come up with the win.
In overtime on fourth down, Willie's going to throw it up to the guy you've been talking about, Eric, and Eric is going to make a nice catch on fourth down for the touchdown to put them in the game. 19-12. Great throw for the touchdown here. Great throw.
I mean, on fourth down, that hurts in the Valley Boys defense. That hurts. And to say this, I've been saying it. You gotta watch Eric. If you know fourth down is coming, you know Willie's gonna throw it to Eric. Eric has been their most effective receiver on their offense. So you gotta watch him wherever he's out on the field. You know they're gonna go to him. And because they weren't really paying attention, he got an opening, and Willie was able to get it to Eric. Eric bobbles on the pass, and was able to come down with an inbound. That was a key touchdown to put them in the league and lead in overtime.
Now you're going to have Valley Boys driving back because we go college rules here. Valley Boys going to drive back, and Sonny's going to throw the touchdown. Nice pass to Raymond to put them back in the game. 19-18. Great throw by Sonny to Raymond. So now we got the money play. They're down by one. Go for 1 point. We'll go for the win and go for the tie. Sonny's going to lose the grip of the ball during the pass on the extra point. Incomplete pass. Give Evo the game and the win. 19-18. Valley Boys out.
That's the worst way to end the game. That's the worst way because all that happened was the quarterback lost the ball and just killed their offense on that play. He actually saw somebody open. He was gonna go for the pass, but unfortunately he wasn't able to keep the grip on the ball. That's another form of him. That's another way of him slipping and not keeping his balance and actually losing that ball. He's been doing it all game, and that's killed them on a lot of drives. They could have took this game away if that didn't happen. So you gotta look at Sonny and say, you know what?
You lost this again?
Exactly. You gotta say that. I'm sorry, but that's what it looked like because Valley Boys was playing good throughout the game. Even Sonny, when he's able to keep his balance, was making plays, but because he wasn't able to keep his balance and keep in top form and not keep a grip of the ball, that's what happened. They weren't able to get that extra point, and that led to that loss.
So Valley Boys is out. They got a game next week. Last game of the season. They're not practically playing for anything but pride. You know, and I love to see guys who's coming out just like NFL players. You know, NFL players get paid. Playoff, they don't make the playoffs, they still get paid. Guys are just coming out to end the season. And we got to respect them for that. It looked like Wesley was a little emotional. He really wanted to get in the playoffs. And I feel bad for him because the guy gave everything he had both sides of the ball. But it's just going to take them to try to rebuild, get some more playmakers, and try to do what they got to do next season.
And what hurt them is that 4-game losing streak. That's what killed their season. That loss to KDW started it. And I feel like that was a game that they could have actually won because that game went to the wire. And they came up short in that game. The Carver game, they contended, but they weren't able to hold their Carver's offense, which a lot of teams suffered from. So that was a loss that a lot of teams expected to happen. That forfeit from that incident was another thing that hurt. You didn't need that. No team needs that, and that caused you to have that 3-game losing streak to have this game become part of your survival. And now this is a game that you lost. That it didn't have to be so important if you would have actually sealed up the games that you had that you needed early up in the season. But you can't look back. You only can move forward. And hopefully they can play hard and disappoint the next team that they play against.
Evo's in the playoffs. Evo, a lot of people haven't talked about them. A lot of people don't give this team enough credit. But now they're in the playoffs as this game eliminates Valley Boys. We already know Black Sound's eliminated. So you got Geddes, Carver, and Evo that's in the playoffs in that division.
And a lot of teams can't be eager to just jump and play Evo early. I feel like there's a team that can actually upset a lot of teams. There's a team that can actually come and contend against any team that reaches the playoffs. I feel like Evo is that good when they play well, when they're efficient. Willie looks like he's going to be their guy going through the playoffs. So I feel like they're a contender and they can beat any team in this league at this point when they play like this.
So we're going to just have to see what happens with this team next week. Evo got house gang. So we're going to have to see if they're able to get a good win next week to set them up, prepare them for the playoffs. Next game up, we're going to have Animal Planet versus Underrated. Underrated coming off of a loss last week. They come in 1-6. Animal Planet coming off of a big win of House Gang at 3-5. And the win actually eliminated House Gang. So Animal Planet got to feel good about themselves. They have 2 big wins this year. You know, they got 3 altogether, but they have 2 big wins to YMM and House Gang. Animal Planet playing well, and Storm putting himself up there for Coach of the Year because the team had no wins last year. And now they have a chance, where if they win this game, to go 4-5.
I feel like that was a big game. I feel like this is to prove that they deserve to be a contender in the playoffs. They're actually still fighting for it. They're trying to cement that 3rd spot for themselves. And I feel like there's a team that a lot of people felt like were a weak team, a team that wasn't really going nowhere, and they were one of those teams last year. They did a 180, and now they're actually contending. They've contended with a lot of big teams this year. They came up short with a couple, but they played them all the way to the wire. The main game I'm talking about was the game that they played against Reckless, where it came to 1 touchdown that they were short by in overtime. So I feel like this is a team that actually can contend when they play well and when they're in rhythm.
Well, Animal Planet, like I said, if they coming off their 3-5 now, if they can win this game and Rawness lose their games to the Browns, that gives Rawness and Animal Planet a big game next week.
Yes. For
that last wild card spot.
Yes, and that will pretty much be an early playoff.
So right now, Animal Planet got to win this game first before they worry about Rawness because they lose out.
Yes.
So they need to win this game. Rawness needs to lose against the Browns, and the Animal Planet get a shot at the playoffs if they beat Raw next week. So we're going to jump in the game and see what's going on. Pito going to start out with a nice touchdown pass to number 22 here for the touchdown. Great throw by Pito, to get the touchdown pass to number 22 to put them up 8-zip. Great play by Beto to find number 22 in the end zone.
I feel like Pito's actually been being when he's playing well, when he's in rhythm, I feel like he makes a lot of good plays, and I feel like that's the Pito that they need throughout the playoffs if they make it, or for the next game moving forward, because this is a quarterback that can actually score against a lot of defenses, and I feel like this is big for them if he plays this well.
Sniper's going to get the ball back for this offense, and he didn't make a good pass here as he throws the interception to Storm. Storm made the All-Star team last year. His numbers are not great. He's probably not making the All-Star team this year, but he steps up, makes a great play here, and gets the interception. Beato's going to get the ball back for this offense now. He's going to throw a nice pass to Preacher and follow it up with 2 passes later. Touchdown pass to Spaz to put them up 14-zip. Spaz been stepping up the last few weeks. Never touchdown here.
I mean, I spoke to him during the game, and he really wants that All-Star spot that he had last year. He wants to keep it. He wants to play in the All-Star game, so he feel like he wants to play big. And also, not only that, he wants to be effective member of his team to actually make plays and to actually help them make it to the playoffs. So he's playing big for many reasons, but that's what it is. He's actually making plays.
Sniper's going to end up getting the ball back for this offense. He's going to throw an interception to the quarterback, Beto, to give Animal Planet the ball back. Bad throw by Sniper. Starts out with 2 interceptions. Not looking good at all today.
I mean, this has been typical Sniper all season. He's actually discouraged by a lot of things that's not been going right this season. So I feel like it's making him not throwing uncharacteristically, throwing quick, rushing plays, and he's actually throwing a pass to the opposing quarterback in this play.
Beato's going to get the ball here, throw a nice pass here to Preacher, and then he's going to throw a deep pass downfield to a wide open ant to give them the lead 22-0. We already know Beto got a home run arm, and he shows it again here.
Yes, and that's one thing that I could say about Pito. He's very good at that deep ball. He's been very efficient, and he's actually up there with guys like Reggie and Reggie Bug and Ralph, who was YMM's quarterback last year and early this year. So I feel like he has that arm, and he can throw it downfield at any time.
Sam's going to get the ball back for the offense. They're going to throw the deep pass away from the receiver. Next play, he's going to throw a nice pass in the middle, but they can't score as they go on to 22-0. Animal Planet on top of this game early.
And I feel like this is a game that they want to make sure that they keep the team out of it. They don't want to give the team a chance to contend. They just want to run away with this game, end it early, so that they can make sure that they can watch the next game, because this is a big game as well as watching Rawness play the next game. So I feel like they want to end this game early.
Cyber's going to throw a pass on the next series as they start out the second half. He's going to throw a nice pass here to Chu for the first down. Chu plays deep. But the Raider was kind of short, so he had to play offensive. Chu showing that he can make some plays on offense.
But that's uncharacteristic of his team. Chu is mainly a defensive player. Not to say that he can't play offense, but they didn't need him for the offense. So to see him making plays on offense shows how bad a condition this team is right now. They're short-handed. They're not looking as efficient. They're out of sync. There's a lot of things wrong, and to see that is a testament to that.
Beato's going to throw a nice pass as Animal Planet gets the ball. He's going to throw a nice pass and find Preacher. Then he's going to throw a pass to Spaz. Spaz with a nice catch here. If you look at it right here, great catch by Spaz. Touchdown, putting Animal Planet 30-0. Now it's becoming a laugher.
Yes, it is, and I feel like Animal Planet is able to do almost whatever they want on offense at this point. They're having to stop on almost probably any of their drives, moving down the field, and I feel like this is a game that may be a long game, or we might as well just end it now, because underrated, it seems like they're just shooting themselves in the knee. They're not doing anything properly at this point.
Cyber's going to go deep for the touchdown, looking for the touchdown, but Storm with a great hit to cause the receiver to drop the ball. If you slow it up and look at this, Storm getting physical, great hit there. Receiver's been dropping the ball. Season for Sniper, was that all hit or just a drop?
I mean, I feel it's a little, like I say, it's a little of both. I feel like regardless of what, if the ball is put in the vicinity of your hands or your chest, you have to make that catch. You have to come down with it, regardless of what's happening. And Storm was able to get there just in time to actually cause the contact on the receiver just enough to make the receiver lose the ball and to make it an incomplete pass, because if he wasn't there, that might have even been a touchdown.
Snapper's going to end up throwing a pass to Joe. It's tipped and called by Danny for the touchdown, but that's going to pretty much end the game 30-6. Animal Planet with a big win to go to 4-5 as Underrated falls to 1-7. Great play by Underrated, is already out the playoffs, but at least we got to give him credit, for trying to play the game. So we're going to give him credit now, but now let's focus on Animal Planet. Animal Planet now in control of their own destiny. If Rawness loses. Rawness loses, Animal Planet got a one game, basically like a playoff game for that last spot. Great opportunity for Animal Planet after not even making the playoffs last year.
Yes, this is a big turnaround. Now a lot of teams are actually looking at them and saying, you know what? This is a team that actually can contend, so we can't sleep on them. We can't underestimate them. They actually play well, and they actually can take a game from a lot of these teams out here, so they should be talked about a little bit more.
We're going to see a big game. Hopefully now Animal Planet got to be fans of the Browns, because if the Browns can beat Raw, Animal Planet going to have a one game practically like a playoff to get into the playoffs.
Well, it is a playoff, because if any team loses, they're not going to the playoffs. So it's just like an elimination game. So I feel like if the Browns can beat Raw, then that'll be a playoff between Rawness and Animal Planet. Both teams will have to play hard in that game. So I feel like at this point, Animal Planet's come up with this game. They have to win the next one, regardless of what anyway. So I feel like it'll be that much more important if they see Raw lose. So that's pretty much what they're going for right now. They have to be cheerleaders for the Browns at this point.
So we're going to see Raw could pull it away later on in the commentary. Next game up, we're going to have Browns and Rawness. Browns are coming in 7-1, tops in their division. This win will lock them up to number 1 seed. Rawness coming off of a bye win off to LPAC, but they know Animal Planet is watching them. Animal Planet needed Raw to drop this game. So Raw with this win could cement a playoff spot. With the loss, they have to go to a one-game playoff against Animal Planet. So I think that's a little pressure on the seat.
Yeah, it is, but the main pressure I feel like they're worried about is actually playing a team like the Browns, who's actually 7-1. They have one of the best records in the league right now. So I feel like that in itself is pressure. So I feel like this is a hard game for Raw right now.
We think Rawness is going to start Eddie. I don't understand with the 2 quarterback system to go with Eddie, then the second half they go with Casey, and I don't think any quarterbacks get in rhythm, but it's been working for them. They're 5-3, so I guess whatever works for them, but I don't think you can do that against a Browns defense. You're going to make mistakes. If you don't have the same quarterback in rhythm, we're going to see how it looks throughout the game. And he's going to get the start. He's going to throw it deep, but the wide receivers stop running. It's going to be incomplete pass. Next play, Eddie's going to complete the pass, but it's going to be short up the end zone to turn the ball over to give the Browns the ball back. Reggie's going to start off with a nice throw ahead and Nut to get the ball moving, and then on 4th down, Reggie throws a short pass to Nut, runs it into the 10 to get the first down for the Browns. Way to start it off well, get the first down for them to get that offense really moving.
I feel like that was a great play to get them within the 10 on 1st down. So now you just made your chances very high to actually make the touchdown. They're in great field position right now, and I feel like that's all a testament to the play by Nut on offense so far.
A few plays later, Reggie's able to connect with Darnell for the touchdown pass to give the Browns the lead 6-0. Great throw by Reggie to find a great receiver like Darnell to put them up in the game. Eddie's going to get the ball back and throw a pass to the end zone, but it's tipped and caught by Mach, but it's caught out of bounds by Mach to turn the ball over. No, I'm sorry. It's going to be caught out of bounds by Mach. Great catch by Mach, but it's out of bounds. But he's going to come back to him as Mach makes a nice, great diving catch here to put them back in the game. 7-6. Great throw by Eddie coming back to Mach for the touchdown.
That's just a way. That's just all confidence from the quarterback. Seeing that he wasn't able to connect with his receiver, it was just out of bounds or whatever on that play. He goes right back to him. Mach makes a great diving catch, and I feel like that's a great way to start your first drive to put up points and challenge the Browns and score right back.
Reggie's gonna have a nice pass here as he starts off again with this offense. Nice pass to Nut, and then follow it up with a nice pass to Puka. A few plays later, he's gonna throw to a wide open Puka for a touchdown to put the Browns back up 12-7. Great drive by Reggie to find. So I think it's the MVP of the league, Puka for the touchdown.
And I would agree with you if we had to vote right now. I feel like Puka, there's nobody touching Puka for MVP at this point. He's been doing it at every position that he's placed in. Special teams, defensive back, wide receiver, quarterback. So I feel like at this point there's nobody challenging him. He is pretty much the Browns when he puts his mind to it. So even though they have other players, to have a quarterback, a player so dominant, it's kind of overwhelming at this point. So I feel like there's no way that anybody's touching Puka. Great way to score that touchdown. Nobody was even paying attention to him. Running out there on that play. That's just vintage Puka right there. Well,
Rollins is going to get the ball back down 12-7, and Eddie's going to throw a pass to Mach. If good is good, more is better. So he's going to find Mach here for the touchdown as I get tongue-tied a little bit. 14-12. Great drive by Eddie to come right back and score a touchdown of his own.
I mean, this is just a great way to actually beat your defender. You know, on a chair route, I feel like that was just key to actually create separation between the defender and give Eddie a chance to throw it downfield. That was just a great play by their offense to keep them in the game by making that score downfield.
You look at this next play as the Browns get the ball. For all y'all guys that think Reggie's old and washed up, can't do it no more, look at this throw as he finds Darnell going down the field. Get him all the way to the 5-yard line. Great throw by Reggie, still showing he got something in that arm.
Yes, and I feel like this is something, when Reggie is in rhythm, when Reggie is comfortable, and when Reggie is in sync with his team, I feel like Reggie can be one of the best quarterbacks out here still after all these years. And he's showing it here. He's able to make a throw at any given time. He's able to be accurate, and he's able to get it to any of his receivers at any time.
Well, Reggie's going to congratulate Darnell for catching that deep pass, coming back to him for the touchdown to put them up 20-14. Great throw here by Reggie to find Darnell for the touchdown. Eddie's going to get the ball back and going to go deep to Mach, but it's going to be picked off by Puka to turn the ball over, give the ball back to the Browns. You know eventually they was going to step up on Mach. Mach already had 2 touchdowns. Puka's going to step up and get the interception.
I feel like at that point they made the shift to actually cover Mach. That's what Puka was there for. He's able to read the pass and actually able to catch that interception. I feel like the Browns was actually going to seal that up eventually. You know, they got them.
Jingo's a smart coach.
Yes,
Jingo's very smart.
You got to give Jingo the credit for that, because eventually you're going to learn that, you know what, they're going at that guy a little too much. He's able to get too much. We got to lock that up, and that's why Puka was shifted on him, and that's why that play was made by Puka.
Reggie's going to get the ball back here. He's going to throw 2 nice passes here to Nut for a nice game. Nut still has it. He has a lot of experience. You know, he's not the Nut of old, but the dude still can make plays, still can get open, and he does here for 2 plays. And then just like he did with Darnell, he follows up Nut's 2 catches with a touchdown pass here to put the Browns up 28-14. Great touchdown throw by Reggie the Nut.
I feel like this game has been, the way that the Browns have been moving the ball is by using Nut. They haven't been able to cover him. He's able to spread the field. He's able to move to any part of the field to make a reception on either or. So I feel like he's been dangerous for Raw in this game. He's actually been making plays and getting them down the field and actually putting points on the board. They have to do something to stop him at this point.
Raw can't score as they get the ball back, and it's going to lead us into halftime. Browns up 28-14.
Yes.
Browns is going to start off the ball in the second half, but they're going to get stopped to give the ball back to Raw. Raw's going to go in a different change of style. KC's going to come in. I don't understand the system. I don't understand if you have to take out Eddie, why not let Casey start? Well, listen, it's Jimmy seen, he's going to do what he needs to do, and then we're going to see what happens. But Casey's going to start off. He looks cold, going to throw the ball downfield, which is intercepted by Darnell to give the ball back to the Browns.
That's like putting in a relief pitcher in baseball without letting him warm up. I feel like that's something that doesn't make any sense. You cannot switch a quarterback with a quarterback that's been on the sideline that's been cold, that hasn't been gotten in the rhythm with his offense. I feel like You gotta have a quarterback from start to finish. You can't switch between quarterbacks in each half because it doesn't work. The rhythm changes, their offense gets disrupted, and I feel like that's a testament to that right there.
Reggie's gonna throw a nice pass here to Pop for a nice cane, and on 2 plays later, Reggie's gonna throw a touchdown to Darnell to put them higher in the game, 34-14. Now, it looks like Animal Planet can relax because now you see that the Browns are up 20, 34-14.
And in all honesty, I didn't get a chance to record them, but they actually, when they saw the Browns running away with this game, that's when they left. They felt that, you know what, it's over. We don't have to worry no more. We can breathe easy. Now the game is in our court. We don't have to worry about watching this game no more. The job is done. So I feel like at this point, that's exactly what's happening right now.
Casey is going to get the ball back again as he attempts to make up for the mistake in the beginning that he threw. He's going to throw a nice pass here to Mach in the middle, and he's going to try to come back to Mach, but the ball's a little too high in the end zone. Bad throw by Casey. I think he's a little too high. But once, like I always say, Casey's relaxed. He doesn't really put too much pressure on himself. He's going to throw a touchdown pass to Davy, I believe, to put them back in the game within striking distance, 34-21, as Casey starts to get it going.
I feel like that's something that they needed to get early in the game. I feel like to switch the quarterbacks, they're still out of rhythm. It takes a while for Casey to start to get in rhythm with his offense again. And I feel like now he's getting in the rhythm. He's able to put up points and actually help his team move the ball.
Reggie's going to get the ball back and throw a deep pass here to Pook for the bomb, for the touchdown. Great throw by Reggie to find Puka. Great play here and touchdown to put them up 40-21.
I feel like that's just the element of surprise right there. They're not paying attention to Puka. They're not even throwing it to him really on the short plays or whatever. They're not really using him like that. All they're doing is using him for that surprise bomb. And they did it twice this game already. They lined up Puka in the backfield as like a running back. So you're not looking at him to go downfield. And that's twice already that they got Puka on one pass that they were able to throw it downfield. Reggie was able to reach him downfield for that touchdown. It's just too easy at this point.
Next play, extra point is going to get picked up by Goldberg as he runs it down. He's going to pitch it to Mach. Great pitch here by Mach. Mach is going to run it down for the 2 points to put them in somewhat striking distance, 40-23.
I mean, they're still down 17, so there's a lot of catching up they have to do still at this point. But any points that you can gather helps.
Casey's going to throw a pass here to Eddie, and Eddie's going to get extra yards to get the first down. Casey's going to throw a short pass, but they cannot score. Turnover on downs. Give the Browns the ball back. We're going to see Nut here with a nice run for the Browns. Reggie's going to throw Nut to the first down and pretty much end the game. Game is over. Browns with the win, 40-23. Browns end up with the win, 8-1. Now they got coffee. So they have an opportunity to break that undefeated record which the Browns had last year.
Yes.
And Rawness falls to 5-4. Big game versus the Animal Planet to get into the playoffs.
So it's funny that this game right here leads to 2 big games. The Rawness and Animal Planet now have an early playoff. They have to face each other in the last week game of the season. Whoever wins that game is going to make it to the playoffs. So I feel like that's a survival game for both teams right there as the playoffs start early for those 2 teams. The other side, the Browns face Carver. One team that's undefeated and the other team that went to the conference finals last year undefeated. So I feel like the Browns are going to contest Carver because they do not want them to end the season undefeated. So I feel at this point, this is the game of the year.
A lot of people predict this as a championship.
Yes, I feel like this is a prediction. This can be a prediction of a championship. But I feel like at this point, I don't like to look too far because this league, this year, has been going every which way. From the beginning of the season all the way to the end. So I don't like to look too far ahead because we don't know what can happen at this point. But this is the game of the year coming up between the Browns and Carver. It's a long time coming, and I feel like with guys like Darnell, Puka, Nut, Swerve on their offense, and also playing good defense, I feel like are going to be playing against Danny, Boo Boo, Cable Guy, Chuck at the helm against Reggie. I feel like that there's no bigger game that we're going to have this season besides that.
We're going to have to see what happens. I'm very excited. We're going to see what happens week 10 next week.